Senator Gallacher.
Thank you, Mr Deputy President. I rise to make note of answers in this debate, and in particular Senator Ronaldson's answer to Senator Carr. And I do get that there is a bit of theatre in the chamber, but when you're asked a question as serious as Senator Ronaldson was asked today, I do think it's incumbent on the minister to dispense with the waffle and try and attempt to answer the question. And the facts of the matter are that it's now August 2015, and it's September, and prior to September 2013, there was a direct promise to build 12 submarines in Adelaide. There was a walking away from that promise. There was the sending of some shipbuilding contracts overseas. And kicking and screaming, the Prime Minister has been brought to South Australia by all of the Liberal members of Parliament who know equally as well as I do that you can't find a South Australian who doesn't want this industry to prosper in South Australia, to interconnect with the rest of Australia, and we all know that that's how manufacturing works. From long experience in the automotive industry, you know, transmissions are built in one part of Australia, engines are built in another part of Australia. They've been assembled for 50 or 60 years in South Australia, and we know how integral to a small economy like South Australia manufacturing is. And if we have a government that walks away from automotive, that puts the boot into automotive, and then walks away from core promises to enhance and build and sustain ships and submarines in South Australia, and then kicking and screaming is brought to the argument, whether it's to save his own personal position as Prime Minister, or the Honourable Christopher Pyne, or the Honourable Andrew Southcott, or the member for Hindmarsh Matt Williams, or Senator Edwards, or Senator Fawcett, or Senator Rushton, or anybody else that wants to get pre-selected in South Australia in the coming federal election. That is what has happened. He has come very late to the argument. He's made promises which I fervently hope are kept, because they are good promises, they are jobs down the line, but they're well down the line. They're 2020. And when you know people who've lost their job in Adelaide, in shipbuilding, in the last few months, that's a long, long way away. When there is no commitment from this federal government, when it appears the economic rationalists, I mean, he may as well take his script from Andrew Bolt. And he said the other night, you can get a ship from Spain for $1 billion. Why did we spend $9 billion building 3? If that's the argument that he's going to take in respect to building our future defence capability, and if that's the attitude he's going to take to our future defence manufacturing capability, then come out and tell the Australian people that's what you're doing. Don't promise to do it, renege on the promise, and then come in with another promise for 2020. 2020 is a long time away for a young man or woman who lost their job in the last month. It is a long way away. They may not even be in South Australia when that building opportunity comes again. They will probably move somewhere else in the economy. And if you look around South Australia, we have job losses at Alinta. We have today job losses at Olympic Dam. We have job losses in Whyalla. We have job losses in all the regional centres outside of Port Lincoln. We have no investment from this federal government in regional South Australia. And we have a terrible track record of investment in the city of Adelaide, in the manufacturing centre, where we're going to see additional job losses with the Holden closing down. And I don't think that they even care about the multiplier effects of that on small business. And that is exceedingly strange for what is supposedly a coalition government who's supposed to believe in small business. For every job that you lose in manufacturing, and if you lose 1,700 at Holden's over the next 12 or 15 months, you're going to multiply that effect out in every small business, in every suburb that they lived in. This government has come very late to the argument. 2020 is a long time away. If he delivers on the promise, if he gets a chance to deliver on the promise, good. but the destruction and havoc they've caused to date is reprehensible and not befitting a Prime Minister.